The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
Oh my God, you wouldn't believe what just happened. Hey, we're on the Mark Hoke Show, everybody. Live.
What just happened?
Somebody just punted my tripod, like right at the, just crushed it, right when the music kicked on. So I think we're level enough right now. But yes, so good God.
You don't have the cones?
No, I don't have a cone out here.
Oh, got to get the cones.
Well, you know, and actually I hate to do it, but I know this is so bad, but I've got to like lean out here because I got to turn it because we are going to have a guest here shortly.
Fantastic.
So
you know what you need, Mark? Is in Spencer's they sell those little piles of fake dog poo. Pile those around.
That's
and
not
people
bad.
will stop. People
Okay.
will see.
Okay, everybody,
So
be
I
ready
think
because
they
I'm
have
leaning
cones.
into the camera now because of that goofball. Hang on.
So as Mark is adjusting the camera, we will we'll listen to the footsteps.
Okay, I think we're all right now.
All right,
Just
fantastic.
Just about. Let me look on here because Tristan's taller than me. Wow, they really kicked it. Beautiful.
Whap.
Yeah, this is a great start to the show. Double technical difficulties for the last two shows. Amazing. I got to make one more adjustment. But hey, we're having a great time. We're in Florida. That's good.
Well, you say we. I'm still in fabulous Las Vegas. And, Mark, it's like 40 degrees and windy and cold. I got a heater on. I am sitting outside. But
Yeah, I see that on video. Okay, I think, well, we'll have to survive with that for right now. I gotta fix it on a break. But, yeah, so, of course, once again, we're live here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. Apparently the tripod kicking capital of the world. They love to do it down here, too. They really do. I don't know what it is. But they just punt this thing like you wouldn't believe. I mean, I get through 7 weeks of the World Series, and we do have some tripod punts.
disrespectful.
But in terms of actual percentages of days broadcast by tripod kicks, Seminole Hard Rock is the winner. That's all there is to it. That's it. They get it done. Nothing to say, Nate?
I kind of wish I was there.
I wish you were here too.
There's so much poker action going on here in Las Vegas right now. I really couldn't have made the trip anyway. We have the Heartland Poker Tour out here, the WSOP circuit. We've the atmosphere is so beautiful.
Yeah. Of course, nothing like what's going on here. Let's get you up. Let's get you up to date on what is going on here at the Seminole Hard Rock. Tristan Wade's going to be joining us here in just a couple of minutes, and so we'll get to talk to Tristan about everything he's going on. As he was one of the top chip getters through this crazy first event, $500,000 guarantee on the big board. Nate, that's some coin.
That is some great coin.
So here's where we started today. We had a total of 2,131 entries into this tournament. 412 players started off today's day two play. We had 6 starting flights, 6 of them, A through F. Average chip count coming in here to start the day off was 103,000.
What are the field sizes, sir?
Where are you at, Nancy? Nice. Nancy Birnbaum is here, by the way. And Nancy,
Blue
who's
Shark
been,
Optics Pro.
she has been taking her chip stack like a yo-yo all over the place here the last 2 days, but she's now up to around 250,000. So that gives me an update on her. But here are some of your notables coming into today, and then we'll hit the chip leaders. Tristan Wade is going to be joining us. 202,000. Makul Pahuja is here, the WPT Player of the Year, Reigning Player of the Year, 165. The Spadavecchi is both around here, Nate. John Sr. and Jr. Junior at started day 164, senior at 82. Derek Simon, who won an event down here last time we were down, is at 95. Started 95.5. Errol Massey at 79.5. Nancy Birdbaum's chip count is a tad higher than that 87,000 she started with. Redlock, Zach Kessler started the day at 126, but he was eliminated. Luis Santoni, who won the horse event that we covered yesterday, and you can see all about that on the Seminole Hard Rock blog. Start day of 50,000, and the lovely and talented Angel Vu starting off today at 126.5. So those are your major notables for today's tournament. As for the chip leaders, I tell you what, we saw some wild stuff going on because, of course, this was a re-entry tournament. And, if you either dusted it off or decide to forfeit, you can come back and play another flight. And Nate, that makes for some entertaining play at the end of each flight for sure.
Absolutely.
So here are your chip counts. Chip leaders going into today. Max Romano out of Montreal coming down here. He started the day off as a chip leader at 382,500. Richard Russ out of Hallandale Beach, Florida, 364.5. Tevi Willens out of Hollywood, Florida, right here in town, 355.5. Sheldon Gross, nice run for him. I was covering that one on Flight 1D. Starts off at 322, as does Ken B. I know I have to call him Ken B because he requested anonymity last night. And Nate, an unbelievable story for him yesterday as he was sitting around 240, closing in on the end of play last night. And this guy just out of the blue puts up an 84,000 chip stack pre-flop going all in. Ken makes the call. The guy flips over an 8-4 offsuit and apparently wanted to go home. The whole table flabbergasted at this.
What's the buy-in?
Buy-in was $350.
So he just decided he was done with that.
Yeah. So off he went.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So Ken B made the call and ends up at 322. Muhammad Parati. Getting some echo off.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
My controller shut off, so it switched over to the Connect.
All right.
There we go.
Well, Mohammed Parati at 321. Nassim Vaknin out of Fort Lauderdale at 302. Ori Hen, 298.6. Ramon Watson out of Hollywood, 292. Henry Belit out of Hialeah, Florida, 268.5. Ricardo Velasco at 261. Oh, and Daryl Fish. How did I miss Daryl Fish on the list? 241. That's a notable. Of course, not as notable as Al Can Hang, who just walked in. There's Al.
I was thinking of him yesterday. And somebody at the table asked me, they said, is that Nancy Birnbaum? And I said, no, it's Ruth Hall.
Okay.
I don't know how you can confuse the two, but Ruth does now have long black hair, so
there you go.
Kind of like Nancy. So maybe from behind you could mistake them.
Yeah, well,
but they're both very talented poker ladies.
Yeah. By the way, Nate Dallin, as co-host of the Mark Hoke Show, is on.
Hi, everybody.
On with us. Guess I should have mentioned that too. We had the little camera kicking incident to start the show, so completely discombobulated. But what are you going to do? And by the way, Nate, you remember I just said that 412 players started this thing off today?
Yeah.
On day 2. How about after the first break, 225?
Wow. How many levels?
I believe we're on. I think we only got 2 levels in here. If I remember right, yeah.
You lose half the field.
2 to 3 levels.
In 2 levels?
Started play about 2 hours ago. So it'd be about 2 or 3 levels ish, somewhere in there. But
are they that? Did they bring just a bunch of bananas in?
Just crazy.
It's just got to be a bunch of shove monkeys.
I don't know. Well, a lot of the blinds are right now at 2,500, 5,000. So, a lot of these guys that were in the 50 to 70 chip range, and there were a lot of them and below, just decide to come in and go for it, I guess. So some
Mark,
short stacks
is
gone.
Florida becoming the home of poker?
It's working on it. It's working on it.
You've got the best dealer school out there, the Mizrachi Dealer Academy. You've got tons of different places that you can play. I mean, and the dealers just absolutely love Florida. They're so gracious in their tipping, and they make so much more money than they do out here.
It's not
And
a bad
they've
spot.
got better quality dealers out in Florida, from what I've been told.
Yeah, we got another Florida guy here too. By the way, Tristan Wade has joined us here on set. Tristan, my friend.
Hey, Mark. How
What's
you doing?
up? You making some money over there?
I hope so. I got a good stack. I got about 60 big blinds going into the next level on the bubble. So I'm happy with it. Got a good table.
It's been pretty action packed out there too. We started at 412, we're down to 225 already. What's going on?
Yeah, it's just the way the structure is 30 minutes first day, 40 the next day. I mean, the 40 slows it down a little bit, but a lot of people are short, and 20 big blinds, 30 big blinds, they like to get their money in here. It's that simple. It will slow down a little bit, probably right around now, but we'll probably be in the money in like 30 minutes. It will happen quick, and then I think the jumps get pretty big. You go 3.6, 4.8. Those are pretty big levels, and 200,000 chips isn't even that much, even though it is.
Well, it's got to be nice getting to play in your backyard too.
Yeah. Oh, I love the Hard Rock. It's awesome. It's like 40 minutes from my place. It's in my backyard, South Florida. It's the best place to play poker. With the big convention space they have here and the dealers, the staff, everything. So I like it, yeah.
So who is the king of Florida? You, Daryl Fish, or Jason Lee?
Jason, you said Mercier?
No, Jason Lee.
Jason Lee?
Yeah.
King of, okay. Well, he's not in Florida anymore.
I know he's
in
not
Vegas.
Here, but still.
So if it's those three, it'd have to be between me and Fish. But I don't.
Jason gave up. Are you calling Jason a Florida quitter? Is that
no,
what you're saying?
he's not a Florida quitter. He's still Floridian. There's a lot of us, man. We have so many people that play poker that are from here or have lived down here. I mean, I feel like everybody lives in Florida and play poker.
Well, my co-host Nate just said, is Florida starting to take over as the poker capital of the world? I mean, it's still a little bit away, but is that time coming?
It's possible. It's a really great destination to play. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in Florida, especially this time of the year? It's the best time of the year with the winter coming. But I don't know. I mean, there's so many different places to play poker. I've traveled the world and played. I mean, Florida's nice, but I mean, I like getting out of here and seeing some other places too. But I mean, it looks like it's going to be only getting bigger, though. I mean, look what the Hard Rock's grown tremendously over the last few years, just not with poker, but just as a property and everything. So I know they had big plans of putting a big casino down in like the Miami area. I don't know if that will happen. I thought that got like rejected, but I'm sure in the future they're going to have something.
Yeah, and of course, we're coming off the last series with a big overlay, but obviously that's not stopping anybody from coming down here. And do you think that's going to benefit them in the long run, that people next time around when they do the 10 mil, that everybody's going to come down and give it a shot?
I don't know. You lose out $2.5 million, and no business can be happy about that, but they make a lot of money here, so I don't think they're too worried about it.
Yeah.
They're making so much money, it's hand over fist. So I don't think they should worry. They're gonna have poker players come play, and we'll be back. I'll be playing. Everyone will be playing. They probably won't have a problem making the next guarantee, I'm sure.
Probably not.
They'll have a backup plan this time. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you get back to play.
All right,
You've got
thanks,
about a minute
Mark.
to go. Tristan, thanks
Appreciate
for stopping
it.
over, buddy. Tristan Wade coming on in here and making some noise here. Maybe he's going to be the one picking up that big money. Because we got 6 figures up top in this tournament.
That's so beautiful.
Oh, it
I
is.
love playing for big commas.
Yes, let's. And we didn't get to break that down because Tristan came over. But let's take a look at. Let me just slide my tabs over here real quick, and we have the payout sheet. And yes, Nate, it is a 6-figure score for everybody to take this thing down. We'll kind of hit the top 10 on this. 200 players are getting paid here today.
Nice.
That's not
What?
bad. 200 players. Yeah, you betcha. So
How many entries?
Total was, and now you're going to make me go back to the other sheet. 2,131 entries.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got 200 getting paid today. You get into the 10th place area, $7,352, and you got to remember this was a $350 buy-in. That was it. $350 buy-in. Yeah, I know you're drooling over there, aren't you?
Oh my! I mean, that even beats all the tournaments that are going on in Vegas right now.
I know.
I mean, they only had 1,300 in the WSOP circuit event out here. That was a 250K guarantee for 360. That was, and they didn't get nearly that amount of players.
Yeah, I mean this is the event right now. If you final table this thing, $350. Ninth place will get you $11,188. Eighth place, $15,343. Seventh place, $21,097. Sixth place is $27,170. Fifth place, $33,563. Fourth place, $40,276. Third place, $47,308. Second place, $72,241. And the winner, $111,260. Kids, that'll buy a lot of soda bottle water, coffee, tea,
Amen.
banana, as the kids like to say around here.
Bananas.
Yes,
For the shove monkeys.
If you missed it yesterday, we got to get Jose on here at some point. But Jose is probably the most popular server here at the casino. And Jose is mostly known, really nice guy. It was his birthday yesterday, and he is well known for his call out where he does a soda botawada. It's a very loud but fun soda botawada. Well, now Jose apparently today stunned me as he added in the banana, and then threw in the coffee tea too. So it's soda botawada, coffee tea, banana. A little local flavor for you here, but great guy. I've gotten to talk to him a few times, and just a fantastic fellow. And they have I tell you, the staff here at Seminole Hard Rock is just fantastic. Everybody with the servers, the dealers, the security guards. I mean, the whole gang has been fantastic. They're always a blast to be around. No one has hit me yet with anything, so we'll call that a win.
That's a win. They just punted the tripod.
Yeah, other than the players are the ones punting the tripod. Just got an update. Angel Vu has been eliminated. She went all in with a king queen against ace jack, queen on turn, river ace, and off she goes. So
now you had Angel on last time.
yes, we did. Yes, we did. So
I remember.
she was actually sitting pretty close to me. So yeah, I guess I probably should have noticed she was gone. My bad. But yeah, Tristan's actually playing 2 tables over from me, so I can keep an eye on Tristan. Got to find Daryl Fish too. We got to get Daryl on the show. Daryl's funny, interesting character for sure.
Mark, we've been doing these shows together for over a year now.
I know, isn't that great?
Yeah,
We're buds. We're pals.
it's been fun.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to believe though. Yeah, I mean,
I know, right?
I got to go back and do my count. I got to be pushing. By the time this is all over, I got to be pushing 600 shows. Do you realize that? That's insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting. I get a little time. I'll do the head count here. I'm falling behind on all my paperwork and stuff, so I need to get some updating and some emails sent out of here today if I get the chance. But today, of course, very busy day here at the Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open. We have, of course, just finished up the horse tournament yesterday, won by Luis Santoni. And, Luis, of course, as I found out, and I should have remembered him. I remember he won the first Legends tournament for that series. And, of course, it was a 12th place finisher in the 1995 World Series of Poker main event.
1995.
1995.
And in 1995, it was won by who?
Oh, God. That sucks. I should know that. You'll have to look that one up, Nate. You got that one. But, of course, some other events going on today. Started noon start. We had the $250 Big Stack No Limit Hold'em re-entry tournament. That kicked off. And just starting right now, one of the bigger buy-ins of the series, $1,100 6-max No Limit Hold'em re-entry tournament with a $75,000 guarantee on top of that. So a lot of action going on today between day 2 of this first event with the $500,000 guarantee. Plus we have events 4 and 5 kicking off today. And I'm sure there's stuff going on in the evening, too. How about I take a look at that? Yeah, we got a 6 p.m.
Dan Harrington.
Oh, yeah. Should have known that. The Big Stack Survivor No Limit Hold'em $250 tournament. 1 in 10 will win $2,100, and that is also a re-entry tournament as well. So a lot of action for you coming up here from the Rock and Roll Poker Open, Seminole Hard Rock here in Hollywood, Florida. Yeah. So some good stuff there. Some very good stuff.
Bink.
Yeah, I mean, man, $111,000 payday for. Could you? I mean, that is unbelievable. $350 could get you $111,000.
That's great money.
That's unbelievable money, is what it is, kids. And we are now listed at 219 remaining in this one. They are on level 18, just getting that rolling. 3,000, 6,000, 1,000 ante.
I thought you. Okay, all right.
Yeah, just started the new level up. So that's where everybody is right now.
And it's level 18?
Level 18, that's correct.
So, geez, the blinds have got to be huge. What was the starting stacks?
What did they start at? I'd have to.
I'm good at quizzing you.
Yeah, I know. I don't have the structure sheet in front of me. You're asking me all these questions. You know, you could, but I'll tell you what. If you want to know where to find it, if you go to SHRPO, Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open.com, all that stuff is up there. You got your structures. You got the blog that myself, Al Canning, and Kayleen Minton are doing the coverage for the series for, and all sorts of fun stuff up there as well. So if you want to check that out, just go to shrpo.com. And also, of course, on Twitter, if you want to say hi to everybody, at SHRPO and hashtag SHRPO for all the tournament information you're going to get, and get into the social interaction of this bad boy too. We're all keeping an eye on it for you.
Get to keep up so closely with all your favorite players on social media.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, just wait until some of these other series are finished up. Like you mentioned, there's a lot of series in Vegas going on, and the Borgata Open is just finishing up. We also, I know there's a Mid-States Poker Tour event that is wrapping up as well here very shortly. So I can only imagine what this is going to be like down here next week. With we had 2,100, over 2,100 entries for this opening event. Just imagine, Nate, how much fun the main event's going to be down here. Oh baby, $2 million guarantee on that. $3,500 buy-in. Yeah, so should be a pretty good one. As we look forward to a great couple of weeks down here at the Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood.
Mark, how are you going to cover it if somebody walks up to you and says, "Here's $3,500, Mark. Get in there and take this down for me"?
I will.
How are you going to cover it?
I may be forfeiting some pay.
We gotta find you a backer, buddy.
I know.
You know what? The last tournament that you played, and somebody did that for you.
Yep.
You took that baby down, and you got another tournament to play because of it.
I do.
You're going to the ocean, baby.
I am off to the Bahamas.
That's gonna be a good time, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's in January.
You got a chance at some life-changing money.
Yeah. Yeah, but the only scary thing about that it is unlimited re-entries, and I got one bullet. So,
But of course,
in one of the probably most elite fields that you'll ever find, of course, at PCA. So,
I'm telling you what, man, miracles happen.
Oh, they do.
There wasn't a moneymaker boom because he had more than one bullet. I'll tell you that.
And I'm damn good. And I'm damn good too. So let them watch out for me.
That's right.
That's the rule.
That's right,
man. Well, hey, I want to get to talk about some of the events that have been going on the past few days with you, Nate, because I know you love to blast people and have a good time.
Before we get to that, can we touch on just a little bit of heartbreaking poker news?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
The Taj Mahal has dealt its last hand.
Oh, you know what? I did play a tournament at the Taj a while ago, and I've certainly, and I've also the U.S. Poker Championships. That was the host site of that, and that was always a great event when they were running it. But and there was a lot of great action going on at Taj, but a lot of bad things at Taj too, and just so I mean, we always hate to lose a site for poker. But, I'll survive. I'll survive. I feel bad for everybody that's going to lose their jobs over there. But
there's so many casinos have closed. And more sad news out here in Las Vegas. Ultimate Poker has closed its doors.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too in a little bit. But I want to get some good news before we get a commercial break in here. And I don't know if you saw this or not, but Kevin Boudreau, FWAP as he was known. Of course, you may remember that at the 2013 World Series, Kevin collapsed at a Subway during the World Series, and obviously he was
Subway restaurant.
Yeah.
That way nobody thinks he was like waiting for a train and got smogged or something.
Sorry, my bad. But he had that that traumatic brain injury that put him out. He nearly died, and has been fighting his way back. Well, some great news that Kevin has made his way back to the poker tables and was playing at the Mid-States Poker Tour Golden Gates Series. So on day 1C, so we are all very thrilled to have Kevin back in action and playing some poker. I know he's still, battling through everything that he had to go through with rehabilitation and so on here. But Kevin is back on the poker tables, and we are thrilled to have him. So congratulations, Kevin. Good to see you back on the felt.
That is good news.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's take a break, and we come back. We're going to have more from the Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open here in Hollywood, Florida. So everybody take a breather, stick around, and we will be right back.
PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bub stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends. We supply everything else. Live it. Love it. Pokershop.com.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
It's time for you to check out RogueWire.com. News, sports, entertainment, and the internet home of The Mark Hoke Show. Don't wait. Let the sparks fly from your computer at RogueWire.com. And of course, RogueWire.com is powered by BlueRail.net. For over 2 years, The Mark Hoke Show has trusted BlueRail.net as their exclusive host, and you can too. Visit BlueRail.net for top-level web hosting, website building and maintenance, one-on-one customer service, and much more. It's time to get on board with your winning combination, BlueRail.net and RogueWire.com. How far do you want to go?
There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way, with all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at PokerNight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Sundays on Poker Night in America.
Hi everyone, Mark here. If you're a poker player like me and looking for something different and exciting to play, you should give open-faced Chinese poker a shot. It has just the right mix of skill, luck, plus a huge dose of the fun factor we're all looking for. There's a reason open-faced Chinese poker has everyone from the recreational player to the top pros hooked on its thrills, action, and unique social interactions you won't find in Hold'em. An incredible game like this has got to be worth checking out. And it's easy to learn, especially by using the ABC Chinese Poker app. Download the ABC Chinese Poker app on iTunes today and find out what everyone's talking about. And if you have questions about the game, tweet at ABC Chinese Poker and they'll be glad to help you along. So join the open-faced Chinese poker community today with the ABC Chinese Poker app, and we'll see you at the tables.
one man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
The poker action never stops at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We have millions of reasons for you to be a part of our 4th annual Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open, November 13th through December 3rd. Time to go all in. Opening event starts November 13th with a $500,000 guaranteed prize pool. Play in any of the events leading up to the championship at the premier poker destination. The Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open Championship begins November 28th through December 3rd with a guaranteed prize pool of $2 million. Final table of the championship will be live streamed by Poker Night in America and aired on CBS Sports. Space is limited. Visit shrpo.com or the poker room for registration and details. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood. Must be 21 to play slots and table games and at least 18 to play live poker. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, we're back here live.
I wasn't sure if you were just jamming out to the music or not.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I got a little business I got to take care of. Just saw our Skype number needs to be renewed. So I have to get the new credit card on the account. Didn't quite make it in time, so we'll take care of that. Yeah, so we are once again here live, Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, or Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open. Got to make sure we get that right. I'm Mark Hoke. Thanks for being with us, everybody. We, of course, are live here at the Seminole Hard Rock. And, of course, we have a great companies we're working with Nate on the show, and we want to make sure we give them a little recognition here verbally, not just through our advertisements. Of course, our good friends at Poker Shop. You know what, Nate, your big-ass poker lounge over there with your, your little show you're doing there on Ustream, it needs some supplies.
It does.
Would you agree?
It does.
It needs some supplies. And you know who you should contact to take care of that right now?
Who?
PokerShop.com. 10% off with the code HOKE for all your supplies. I mean, everything from tables to bars and your cards, anything that you need for your poker room, man cave, whatever. Place to go is PokerShop.com. Once again, it's 10% off with the code HOKE. Nate, you got to have ABC Chinese Poker on your phone, don't you?
My phone sucks, Mark. I've been trying to download that. I love open-faced Chinese poker.
Well, you got to go get the ABC Chinese Poker app. You and anybody else, for that matter, just get on your phone and, of course, on your computer as well. You can go to abcchinesepoker.com or find it in the App Store. Just did a big update on that, and I know Nikolai and the team are doing a fantastic job with the world's favorite open-faced Chinese poker app. And if you haven't played open-face yet, get on there and welcome to Crackland. Wow, we just had a squeal, by the way, coming up from the a couple tables over. Literally a squeal.
I heard it.
Wow. All right. So something interesting just happened over there.
Somebody got a river.
Well, the whole room just burst out in applause. I have no idea what just went on there. But fortunately, Al is standing by the table, so you'll probably be able to go to shrpo.com and find out. That's pretty cool. So good job over there, Al. Hey, Poker Night in America, by the way, is going to be down here as well. Tapings for their ladies' night and a couple other shows they're doing. They will be arriving. Actually, I heard rumor they may be taping a day early, but right now scheduled for tapings on September 1st and 2nd down here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, or Rock and Roll Poker Open, and just finishing up at Rivers Casino there in Pittsburgh. So some new shows coming your way, and you can watch those on CBS Sports Network Sunday nights at 10 Eastern. Plus all sorts of replays and everything. But did you see the picture that came out there, by the way? Gavin Smith went all zombie like my wife did for Halloween.
The same with Greg Mueller, and it was great.
Yeah, so check it out, Poker Night in America, and if you want to learn more about the show, go to pokernight.com. Pretty simple there. Of course, our good friends at Blind Squirrel Apparel. Make sure you go to blindsquirrelapparel.com. 20% off with that code HOKE. It's a good one. So make sure you guys score big, look good, and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel. Who else we got here? Of course, our good friend Dutch Boyd. That book, Poker Tilt, a must-reado for sure. Check it out at pokertilt.com. You can download it on your Kindle. You can Amazon, whatever you need. Just go to pokertilt.com. We've also got our good friends, the Grindettes, Katie Stone, Jamie Kerstetter, will both be on this Poker Night in America taping, by the way, and along with Katie Dozier and Jen Shahadi, who is on the Poker Night taping in Pittsburgh. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Now, Dozier's got to get her butt out of Mexico.
Is she playing on Ladies' Night?
Jen is not. Jen, like I said, Jen was playing on the one here that was just taped in Pittsburgh. This going on right now, actually. So
Zombie Night in America.
Yeah, so pretty excited to have 3 of the Grindettes will be on Poker Night in America. And if you want to learn more about the ladies, grindettes.com, at Grindettes on Twitter and Facebook, the Grindettes, and our good friends at the Nevada Poker League. Joe Payne, one of the other co-hosts, doing his thing, and of course, free poker in Las Vegas, $50,000 in cash and prizes all year long. Check it out at NevadaPokerLeague.com. You can visit one of their 17 locations. And if you happen to go busto in one of those series maybe out that you're in Las Vegas, well, you have a new home, the Nevada Poker League. All right, so there you go, Nate. Ooh. By the way, Nate is on video to me, by the way. I just want to mention this. Nate is on video to me, and he just turned around and bent over, and that was just not good. So
I'm in the big ass poker lounge. What?
Obviously.
But this is a valet heater, Mark. That I'm standing under. It is so cold in Vegas. I am standing outside right now. I am underneath the heater trying to get warm.
I feel bad. I felt even worse because some circumstances, with everything everybody's got going on, couldn't have you come down here. But I was at least feeling okay because you were going to be in heat in Las Vegas.
No. I am ice cold right now.
Not so much.
It is cold out here. In the sun, I'm sure it's not that bad. But yeah, it's windy and it's cold air.
Maybe I'll check with PokerShop.com and see if they can get you a space heater.
Oh yeah. I'm actually on PokerShop.com right now.
Very nice. That is great. All right, so
we're gonna get a table and we're gonna play some games out here. It's gonna be really fun. You can check out some of the shows. Currently, they're up on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search Big Ass Poker, and you will find our first 5 episodes up there. We had Ken Lind, WSOP Seniors Champion in 2013. We've had Dutch Boyd on. It's a fun show. It's only an hour long. It's a great little show, and we're proud of our team. We're a big-ass poker team. We've got 4 of us, Vegas Angel, myself, Grinding and Grounds on Twitter, Heather Landay, and
Rudy.
I'm calling him Rock and Rudy, because last night, yesterday morning at 10 a.m., Rudy entered his first main event. 1650 main event or 1500 main event or higher that he's ever played. He took down the Bally's main event, but that was only like a $260 buy-in. It was his largest poker tournament ever, and he won his way in. So a shout out to AcePlayPoker.com for giving away a seat to the main event, and it just an absolute fantastic job. He didn't get his kings to hold yesterday, so he had to take an early out. but justified himself last night at the WSOP circuit deep stack at 7 p.m. last night and got heads up and chopped it for $2K each.
There you go. So why aren't you guys coming to Florida?
Well, if he would have taken down that HVT, we were going to Hawaii. So, but yeah,
There's an idea, isn't it? Isn't it there, Spanky? Just saying. I'm just saying.
Kind of need a vacation.
Yeah, there you go. We're down to 203 here in event number 1, this $500,000 guarantee event going on here at Seminole Hard Rock. And so the numbers continue, which means the money bubble's coming up.
Wow.
That's
already.
What's
the? You don't know the min pay?
Yeah, I can look at it right now. Since you
What's a min cash?
Since you asked me, sir, your min cash on this, the 181 to 200 level, is $671.
That's not bad.
No, I mean
for a 350 buy-in. That's fantastic.
Somebody's going to hand me double my money. Just about. I'll take it.
Yeah.
You betcha.
In how many hours?
Oh well, you got about 8. Let's see. Yeah, about 8 hours of play for your first flight.
So you're getting lawyers' wages, basically.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
All right.
And lawyers just wish you could make first place money like that in a day.
Yeah. But of course, the big money up top, $111,260.
Wow.
That'll do it.
That's a lot of poker right there.
Yeah, of course. So once again, we are just getting ready from the money bubble. So good timing for us on the show too, because that's always a exciting time at a tournament. I'm sure you'll hear the cheers go up once that money bubble has been burst. So hang on in there. I know the tournament directors are bouncing around here, and Al can't hang, trying to run around, find the bubble person when that hits. So we'll give you an update as that progresses. Let's see.
Mark, I found an up-and-coming poker player out here in Vegas this past week. He scored in 4 of his 5. I was one of the 16 that chopped the HPT event number 1 out here, and this kid that took the same amount of money as me that day he also ran deep in the main event yesterday at Planet Hollywood, and just a huge cash up-and-coming kid. His name's Alec. I'll get more information on him and pass that on to you, but we've got to have him on the show. He's an absolute amazing player.
Sounds like a plan. Well, Nate, let's get to some of the other poker news. I know we're probably going to nail some of this stuff pretty hard on Wednesday on our show on KLAV with Chad Holloway from Poker News calling in.
Fantastic.
That'll be great to have Chad stopping by and giving us his insight on there. And of course, that's at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern on KLAV 1230 AM in Las Vegas and KLAV 1230am.com. But I know you mentioned the Ultimate thing, so let's start there. Ultimate Poker has ceased operations in Nevada. I want to give you a shot because I know you're a big online player.
Well, the world was a happier place back when I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning and I sit down at my computer and open it up, and I'm kind of depressed because I can't play online poker here in Nevada. And there's news that Ultimate Poker just randomly opened their doors, and they're now accepting deposits at any station casino cage. And I'm standing in front of Boulder Station's cage throwing a fit because they can't get it done because the employees don't know how to do it yet.
Oh, God.
And tomorrow they will cease operations.
Yep.
They're still letting people play on there right now, but they took down all their guarantee tournaments. Sad. Very sad.
Why do you think, give me 2 or 3 reasons tops why this happened.
High expectations and low. They looked at everything that PokerStars and Full Tilt was doing, and they're like, okay, if we open up online poker, people will flood Nevada to play online poker. And they didn't get that. And they haven't had any success teaming with any state, because we are currently tied with Delaware. We do have a compact in place where we can play with players in Delaware, but Ultimate Poker couldn't team up with anybody in Delaware. 888 had all those contracts. So they didn't see themselves in a growth market after the Taj Mahal announced that they were going to be closing, and that's who Ultimate Poker was tied to there.
Right.
That's where they were taking their deposits and everything else. So they lost Nevada or New Jersey, and after that, they pretty much started holding their breath, and they turned blue.
Was, did it, I mean, I know some people, I saw some tweets about, the rake and rake back, and, how much of a factor was that?
There was no rake back.
Right.
I don't think Las Vegas and Nevada is where you come to sit down and play face to face to find out if you're a real poker player or not, in my opinion. And you couldn't get people to sit in their hotel rooms and play online poker. And you can't sit there with a computer in front of you all day unless you're Dan Shack. So I think that they were expecting all the players, like even the World Series was very disappointed in the amount of players that they were getting in their tournaments.
Right.
During the World Series where you could deposit right at the cage. Online poker just, unless you have international fields, does not make sense. It really doesn't. If you're trying to, if you're throwing all the money in, I mean, Ultimate Poker had a ton of pros when they first started, a ton of talented pros that I'm sure weren't cheap to pick up. I mean, Antonio Esfandiari, I've heard rumors that he's actually a part owner, but pros are expensive to obtain, so they spent a lot of money early, and to keep doing that, it was just too much. And
I think you bring up a great.
I think it's
going to
help
with Antonio and the pros, and we see Amaya now dropping a lot of these sponsored pros for Poker Stars, and it's continuing to be a major trend that you're not getting behind anybody, and I think there's two reasons. So I think one, like I said, it is expensive, and I don't know if Ultimate needed to do that off the start. Their goal was, we want to be first. We're going to be the first ones out there. We're going to put up a product that no one else is going to be able to do right now, and maybe that should have been their focus instead of bringing on a massive team of pros to market it. Because it kind of took it in two different directions. So I might question the marketing on that.
Amaya's leaning on BWin right now to purchase BWin, which is party poker. So they're going to be trying to break into the U.S. market via party poker in New Jersey, in my opinion.
Wow.
And then probably shutting down one of the two brands and just going with the one with the clean name, which would make a lot of sense. Does that make sense, Mark?
Oh, that'd be interesting for sure. There's no doubt about that. And and I think obviously the player liquidity, not having the player pools out there, is just not there. Oh, and we have hit the money here in event number 1. We are down to 200-ish players. We'll see if it got even lower than that. So just breaking down right now all the rules of what happens when you get paid here. Chris Spears on the mic, of course, one of the great tournament directors in the game, and but the money bubble has gone bye-bye. Al can't hang. Looks thrilled, but the money bubble has been broken here at the Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open event number 1.
Hey Mark, do you see that guy
guarantee.
crying walking away? Can you get him? Can you get an exit interview of the bubble?
I don't know. There were a lot of people.
I know. I
want
to console him. I know how that feels. A $10,000 seat in WSOP.com this summer. Oh.
Yeah, you whizzed that one away, didn't you? No, I'm kidding. I know what happened. I know what happened. That was rough. But yeah, so money bubble has been hit here. Nate, I think the interesting thing that's going to happen to Nevada is, does somebody else come into this market? Because we have WSOP.com, doing okay, and they have a huge company supporting
Here's
them.
the key of what's about to happen, Mark. Is there are 2 more sites that are about to open here in Nevada. Right now, we have Real Gaming and WSOP.com. But 888 is opening up their separate platform, which is going to have the same player pools. So you can play on the 888 side or the WSOP side, but Treasure Island is also getting involved in doing the same thing.
Okay. So, yeah, so we'll see what happens with it.
But they're all going to be sharing the same player pools.
Right.
Now we have the compact with Delaware, and they have the 3 racetracks out there that are licensed to have online poker. There's currently online poker in Delaware. I know a couple players that play out there, and they love the site.
Oh, so you
but
found
they
them.
don't
So
have
you-
a large player pool.
So you
But
found
here,
all
in
the
2
Delaware
months-
players. You found all the Delaware players.
I did. I did.
You got them all in one spot.
There's more. I was really skeptical also, but it will double our network. It really will.
Okay.
We'll have twice as many 400 players than we do now. Free roll players that we do now.
I mean, the number is still on WSOP.com or anything to write home
But
about.
the
either,
potential for other states to see that the tax dollars is going to be there because we're all going to be forced to play off one platform. Unless Real Gaming, that's currently licensed in Nevada for South Point Casino, which they have their own software for, they're really pushing right now. They're giving away a lot of great things. If you're in Nevada, try it out. You can pick up your cell phone right now and play it. It's fantastic. I love it because I've been able to make free money on it. I've never made a deposit, but I've gotten a few checks from them.
Yeah.
But
So
888 and WSOP.com is going to kind of monopolize the market for now until
Party
Maya
Poker
buys Party
shows
Poker.
up. Where's Party Poker? Darn it. Get him in
Well,
here.
all they have to do is team up with a downtown casino like the D, or a little tiny
They could
freaking casino
team up
in
with the
Wendover.
Aliente for all I care right now.
Right.
Get in there with the.
But they have to have a brick and mortar team.
Get in there with
And I'm sure they've
Arizona
already got that in
Charlies.
place.
We're fine with that.
I'm sure that that people are biting at the teeth to get this. Once they understand that if they can get an international market, and I don't know how they're going to get that done, but they need an international market. It needs to be regulated. The bad thing is how do you regulate international internet?
Right. I don't know.
I mean, do
There's a
you
lot of-
have a team of people that fly around the world to see if people are multi-tabling or multi-accounting?
I'll do
How
that.
do you do that?
I'll do that. Just put me
You'll
on a
do
plane.
that.
I'll go around, knock on people's doors. Excuse me. We got a little echo there. On Nate.
Yeah, my controller shut off. It's coming back.
How are we there? Okay,
We're
we're good. We're
fantastic.
good now. Fantastic. All right,
Sorry
so
about
so very interesting about that. By the way, Nate, a comment in the chat box that you might be interested in. Casino Examiner in the chat box said, "Badass poker is better than big ass poker."
I've been thinking
IMO.
that also, but the ladies on the team actually like the name.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if Casino Examiner said it, it's true.
I know.
Yeah, he said no charge, no charge
I've
for
been
my
thinking
advice.
that also recently,
Yeah.
and it has to come to a vote. There's 4 of us, so, and we've done a lot of work, but it won't take much to change it if we decide to do that.
So the tiebreaker goes to the estrogen.
Well,
Pretty much.
yeah.
Pretty much. Okay, no, that's legit. That's legit.
How do you answer to the wife, Mark?
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, of course, some other news, and I'm gonna give you a shot at this one too, Nate. The Dan Coleman Phil Hellmuth comments. Now I know that you don't.
I
Like
love
Phil.
it.
I know that you don't like Phil Hellmuth. It has been documented on our show about 1 million times.
It's
So-
not
so
that I
I'm-
don't like him. I just think he's an asshole.
So let me put it to you this way. I'm gonna ask you a little differently, not just what you thought of the comments, but I'm gonna ask you more. Do you think the way that the comments were presented in a tweet or in a the site that shall remain nameless forum, is that an appropriate way to go after somebody like that?
Where else do you do it? It's a great soapbox. And people pay attention because he's won $22 million this year, in the last 8 months, just crushing the highest of high rollers.
But do you think that it's
He can say whatever he wants.
Well, sure he can. Yeah.
But a lot of the up and coming players are looking at him going, I don't get it. How can you diss a game that's doing this for you right now? I mean, you were an online name that nobody really knew 2 years ago, and now you're this ultimate super crushing star, and you're just crushing on the person that has 13 World Series of poker bracelets, calling him a cancer to the world,
Yeah.
unquote. And that is wrong. You should. He's the one that, but Dan Coleman, I don't disagree with. There's a lot of evils to this game that a lot of people don't see, because behind it, there's a lot of degeneracy.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we all know that. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just a matter of, I would love
I
to
mean,
see I'd love to see Dan make these statements, on a show like the Mark Hoke show, for example, which I would invite Dan to come on. Instead of just being a troll out there and popping up every once in a while and sneaking out from under the bridge and stealing everybody's candy away. Uh, get on it where somebody can respond to these things that you want to say and ask you questions, and use, if you want to use your platform, then change things, change it. Get out there and work to correct these things. Become the new poker star and replace Phil Hellmuth, as opposed to sitting there and just calling him a spineless and a cancer in the world.
why? Phil has never denied being the poker brat.
Sure.
And he is. He's a crybaby little whiner. But he's been an icon for so many years.
And he's getting in.
Let him ruin himself. He doesn't need any more extra attention.
He's the one out there getting the mainstream attention, and probably is probably the most recognizable poker player in the world to the average.
Why do you think he was on ESPN
person.
alongside Daniel Negreanu
Yeah.
and Antonio Esfandiari? Because when there's poker news, it's usually something about one of those three men.
See, here's what I'll say.
And Dan Coleman's a liar when he says he doesn't want media attention, and he even said that. He's like, I was wrong when I said I didn't want to talk to the media.
Well, here's what you do. This is what I'll say. I would, we talked about this yesterday with Kelly Kellner on our show that's on YouTube right now, and just search Mark Hoke, and you'll find that. But if you feel, if there's a cancer in your world, what do you do to it, Nate? You cut it out, right?
Chemotherapy.
You do what you need to do to cut it out. So if Dan Coleman wants to cut out the cancer that is Phil Hellmuth and get him out of the poker world, then maybe Dan ought to get out there and work towards becoming the new face of poker, instead of being a little sniper. Just a thought.
Or maybe he should. I mean, what else can you get from the poker? You just got $22 million. I mean, if you're going to step away, if you wait around, you're going to be a loser.
Exactly.
I promise you.
Because here's
especially if you keep playing at the same levels that you are. You may have won $22 million, but I've got two words to say to you, and that's Gus Hansen.
Exactly. It fades very quickly. And players like Phil Hellmuth, for example, that have been able to do this, over a 20-plus year period, are very, very rare in this game. And Phil has obviously been doing some things right to not only stay in the public's eye, but also to have this continued success. So before you jump on Phil Hellmuth, how about doing something for a sustained period of time and proving yourself in the long haul? Because how many times, Nate, have we seen players come and go in a matter of a year or two in this game? It happens all the time.
It does. It really does. But at the same time, you have really great people. For instance, Ryan Reese. How about this guy? He's absolutely amazing. He's an upstanding player. He's doing everything right, and he's a champion. But there's really not a dark side for Ryan, is there?
He's a little bit of a partier, from what I've been told.
Yeah, and he's a fantastic kid.
Yeah, seems a great guy.
That's great. Celebrate life. He just won like $9 million. Yeah. Make sure you celebrate your life. Love your friends and get out there and have some fun. Absolutely. Life is short. You don't know when. I mean, I deal with it every day.
Yep. By the way, down to 189 on the big board now. So already 11 players have dropped after the money bubbles burst here at the Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open. Of course, we're live here in Hollywood, Florida. I'm Mark Hoke here on the Mark Hoke Show, along with my co-host Nate Dallin in there in beautiful
At Grinding and Ground on Twitter.
Beautiful Las Vegas.
Oh, freezing Las Vegas, Mark. Go out and stand in the sun out there. I bet you it's like 75, 80 degrees right there. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Right now.
It is.
Look at the rest of the country.
I don't want to.
It is National I Hate Florida Week.
That's a tough break there. All right, so that's where we are on that right now. Once again,
just because it's the nicest place to be.
Yeah.
If you're not down there, you're really missing out, especially if you're a poker player. I'm kind of sad right now.
Yeah.
That's a $2 million guarantee.
Yep. Coming up here at the end of the month, starting on November 28th, is Day 1A and Day 1B on the 29th. And then
and so many tough players to get through, though.
Yeah, it will not be an easy field for sure.
The best of the best. If you're a poker fan and want to play with the best, go down there and get in that tournament.
Yep, and of course that final table is going to be live streamed by the Poker Night in America team, so they're doing their tapings and then showing that final table as well. So yeah, chance to play a little televised poker if you so choose. Should be fun.
That's the only way you get your name out there.
Yep, and
that's for sure.
And by the way, also want to mention some other events coming up here at the Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open. Starting tomorrow, the seniors event makes its return. $300 buy-in on that. A no limit hold'em re-entry tournament for our players 50 plus. So
you're almost there, Mark.
Thanks.
You can get into the Legend Series now, can't you?
I can get into the Legend Series. That would be ironic for me to be playing the Legend Series. I am becoming a legend in the poker world, though. Everybody knows this.
In your own little mind. I'm just kidding, buddy.
Slightly.
On your own YouTube channel.
I
yes,
know.
Sir.
Also starting on Monday, $150,000 guaranteed event, no limit hold'em re-entry, $150 buy-in, Nate.
Oh.
6 starting flights. Of course, kind of like the same format as this one.
Say those words again.
No limit hold'em re-entry tournament, $150,000 guaranteed, $150 buy-in.
How many chips do you start with?
I don't know. Look at the structure sheet on shrpo.com.
Oh, yeah.
6 starting flights on that one, so plenty of chances. You know, you can.
It's like describing chocolate cake to a fat kid.
I know.
That was beautiful.
So $900 could get you in every flight if you wanted. Flights starting at 11. Well, actually, we got 3 starting flights each day. Day 1A.
6 starting flights.
6 starting flights.
So you can only re-enter in. You got to give me more information, Mark. I might fly down there.
It's re-entries. Start 1A, B, and C are on Monday.
But
Tuesday
can you re-enter into A if you bust out of A?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Do you have to re-enter into B?
I'm sure you can re-enter. That's what they've been doing so far. So Monday flights day 1A, 1B, 1C. Tuesday are flights 1D, 1E, and 1F with the championship on Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, is at noon is the 8-handed big stack no limit hold'em re-entry event. $30,000 guarantee, $350 buy-in on that one. And also, by the way, some of the smaller events Monday, side events. Monday is at 8 p.m. is a Turbo Championship qualifier, so 1 in 10 with a re-entry. 2 seats guaranteed into the main event from that one. Tuesday, what is that?
What is what?
I'm just looking on the sheet here. I'm trying to do a little. Let's see. We have an OE event. Yes, that's what it is. OE, a $250 OE event. That sounds like fun. So come on down.
That's Omaha 8. Yeah.
No, it's OE.
Omaha 8.
It's like horse, but without the hearse. We kept the vowels. $250 buy-in on that. Also on Tuesday, another Turbo Championship qualifier, $385 buy-in, 1 in 10 get in there, 2 seats guaranteed, and that is also a re-entry. So a lot coming up here at the Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open. A lot of excitement, a lot of fun, and of course these guys right now out in front of us are playing for a top prize of $111,000.
Oh, so pretty of a number.
For a $350 buy-in. I'll let you guys stew on that for a minute while we get another commercial break in. So stick around, everybody. We're going to be right back here from the Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open, Hollywood, Florida. I'm Mark Hoke along with Nate Dowling. So stick around, everybody, and we will be right back. Hi everyone, Mark here. If you're a poker player like me and looking for something different and exciting to play, you should give open-faced Chinese poker a shot. It has just the right mix of skill, luck, plus a huge dose of the fun factor we're all looking for. There's a reason open-faced Chinese poker has everyone from the recreational player to the top pros hooked on its thrills, action, and unique social interactions you won't find in Hold'em. An incredible game like this has got to be worth checking out. And it's easy to learn, especially by using the ABC Chinese Poker app. Download the ABC Chinese Poker app on iTunes today and find out what everyone's talking about. And if you have questions about the game, tweet at ABC Chinese Poker and they'll be glad to help you along. So join the open-faced Chinese poker community today with the ABC Chinese Poker app, and we'll see you at the tables.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
The poker action never stops at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We have millions of reasons for you to be a part of our 4th annual Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open, November 13th through December 3rd. Time to go all in. Opening event starts November 13th with the $500,000 guaranteed prize pool. Play in any of the events leading up to the championship at the premier poker destination. The Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open Championship begins November 28th through December 3rd with a guaranteed prize pool of $2 million. Final table of the championship will be live streamed by Poker Night in America and aired on CBS Sports. Space is limited. Visit shrpo.com or the Poker Room for registration and details. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hollywood. Must be 21 to play slots and table games and at least 18 to play live poker. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
It's time for you to check out RogueWire.com. News, sports, entertainment, and the internet home of The Mark Hoke Show. Don't wait. Let the sparks fly from your computer at RogueWire.com. And of course, RogueWire.com is powered by BlueRail.net. For over 2 years, The Mark Hoke Show has trusted BlueRail.net as their exclusive host, and you can too. Visit BlueRail.net for top-level web hosting, website building and maintenance, one-on-one customer service, and much more. It's time to get on board with your winning combination, BlueRail.net and RogueWire.com. How far do you want to go?
There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way, with all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at pokernight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Sundays on Poker Night in America. PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bub stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends, we supply everything else. Live it, love it. Pokershop.com.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Yeah, back on screen a little bit early there. Guess why, Nate?
Why?
Kaboom.
Kicked it again.
This wasn't even a kick. This was just like Barry Sanders running over
I'm
the
wearing the
tripod.
jersey. You just can't see it.
Crushed it. My poor tripod. I'm going to have to replace it when it's all over. I love Kayleen. She's my favorite. Kayleen is giving me a hand signal.
Go get a mop bucket and sit in front of that damn
That's
thing.
not a bad idea. If I could find one that works. I like the mop bucket idea, too. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm telling you, those doggy turds would work great, though.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, there's some footy football going on. But we got to mention J.J. Watt scores his 4th touchdown this season. J.J.'s a defensive lineman, by the way, if you didn't know that. Wow, Seahawks go down. I'm just getting a look at the scores right now. We gotta pull these up. Both our teams, by the way, Nate, have big games today, and I'm sure you're rooting.
Yeah,
for
Arizona.
You're rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles today. I know you are. You have to be.
You think so?
Yeah, because we're taking on the Green Bay Packers. Your boys could use that loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd be.
The
very
Packers
happy.
suck this year.
Yeah, they suck. All right, they're terrible. This is going to be an interesting game today. It's going to look like a pinball machine, I think.
My
your game, not
favorite
so
day in
much.
the whole world is when the Packers told Brett Favre to go pack.
Oh, well, what are you going to do? Just looking at some of the scores coming in here. Texans about to knock off Cleveland. Wow, that is a bad – it's not a horrible loss for Cleveland, but that doesn't help. We've got – let me go to the finals. Chiefs beat the Seahawks, so the defending world champions are now 6-4. And the Seahawks were kind of losing their cool a little bit from some highlights I got to see on the big screen monitors here at the Seminole Hard Rock Ballroom. They've got set up down here, but Chiefs win. Falcons over the Panthers, so it's official. Carolina really sucks. Not a shocker there. Falcons go to 4-6, and I think that might have tied them for first place. Yes, it did. The Falcons are back in first place, tied with the Saints at 4-6. Bengals beat the Saints 27-10. Of course, that Panthers loss puts them at 3-7-1. That's exciting.
Panthers got spanked.
In another thriller game as a battle for the first-round draft pick comes up. Well, actually, probably going to be the second pick. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers blow out the Washington Redskins 27-7 in Washington. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh. It brings me joy, but I mean, Tampa just stinks on ice, so not good for the Redskins. Big upset as the Broncos go down to St. Louis, 22-7 on that one. 7 for the Broncos. I didn't see if Peyton Manning got a touchdown pass, but I know he had a near record-breaking streak going for consecutive games with a touchdown pass, so I'll have to see if he passed for that touchdown in a little bit. Niners over the Giants, 16-10, so San Francisco goes to 6-4. Probably keeping their playoff hopes alive on that one. The Bears beat Vikings 21-13, so both those teams go to 4-6. And, of course, Thursday night, which we got to watch down
the
here.
Vikings running game just is getting spanked like a little kid this year.
Oh. Did you really just do that? Man, and me without my sound effects up. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we'll just take that as it was. But, of course, down here in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area where we are, Miami Dolphins beat the Buffalo Bills 22-9. So the Dolphins move ahead of Buffalo in the standings. Nice win for the Fish. And, of course, coming up, we've got Chargers on the board against the Raiders 7-zip. Lions taking on the Cardinals. Eagles, Packers, 2 great games going on there. Plus,
that starts in 10 minutes, man. My time's getting cut short here.
And we got Patriots and Colts today, too. So some great football coming up tonight, or this afternoon and tonight. So some good stuff. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Did you see the Lions record?
Yeah. It's the same as the Eagles record.
It's what?
It's the same as the Eagles record. They're all good records.
Can you believe it?
Well,
and they were winning games when Megatron was gone.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Can you always? Did you say always? 5 years ago they were 0-16. Come on.
It's not bad. It gets you a good pick.
How about those Raiders?
Yeah, how about those Raiders? What a miserable, putrid pile of dog snot they are. God.
What are the odds of them going 0-16? It was like,
I don't know, but they're going up and up every week. Oh my God! Yeah,
the Lions don't need anybody else to break that record. It's bad for the NFL.
It's all good. Yeah, and of
course you lose a lot of fans when you can't cheer for your team.
Yeah. Well, last night in here too, by the way, of course, with college football, Florida State and Miami played. Florida State coming from way down in that one to stay undefeated, but it was interesting atmosphere in here, listening to how many people were cheering for Florida State and cheering for Miami here in the house. So I mean that was a lot of fun. Actually, also we're watching the Miami Heat lose to the Atlanta Hawks with that game on the big screens in here as well. So, of course, if you want to come down, you're going to get to see all your sporting events, everything you need. You won't miss a thing.
Can't bet on sports.
Got to love it here at the 2014 Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open here in Hollywood, Florida. And speaking of this $500,000 guarantee event, down to 175. I believe we're on level 19 right now, 4,000, 8,000, 1,000 ante. So the numbers continue to dwindle as we get closer and closer to somebody picking up, and hopefully today, hopefully they don't end up having to extend it, but hopefully today, $111,000 payday. Not bad.
Oh, I want one.
Not bad. Yeah, let's see. And while we're we're pretty close to wrapping things up here because I know you want to watch that game too, Nate. But let's talk a little bit about the World Series main event. I want to give you a shot at that.
Yeah, I was actually just going to ask you. You were up on stage. My buddy Brendan McGone took your picture with Jesse Capps and the champ, Mr. Jacobson. Did you get to touch the bracelet?
I did not. No, that was firmly ensconced on that young man's wrist.
Oh, I wouldn't. I would have asked. Can I just touch it?
That's a $500,000 bracelet.
Touch it.
I got to hold the bracelet.
Can I put it to my face?
Last year's bracelet, I got to hold.
Whose?
The bracelet from last year, the Ryan Reese run. Maury Escandani was coming out of the production area, had it with him as they were taking it out. They had done some photo shoots and stuff with it, and video pieces, and then they had took it out to the stage. And Maury said, "Hey, Mark, you want to hold the bracelet?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm scared, but yes." So I have held Ryan Reese's bracelet. I held Ryan Reese's bracelet before Ryan Reese held his bracelet.
Oh,
I wonder how far I would have made it down the hall. I guess I could have gone the other way because where I was sitting.
Nobody's
at the time,
ever going to hand you their bracelet again, Mark.
I could have gone
No,
out. I could have
you're
gone
already
out the
telling me,
doors to the right.
I'm going to
I
ditch out the
might
back door.
I might have made it to that set of doors. I was right outside the Amazon room, so there's a set of doors to the right, and maybe I could have gotten there without being shot 14 times. God, if I could have just flipped that door and got out back. Anyway, there you go. But yeah, talking about that final table, Nate, I got to say it was one of the better played final tables we've seen. I think most of the players really made good accounting of themselves on that final table. What did you think?
I liked it all.
You liked it all.
I did. I thought it was fantastic. It was a lot better than watching Ben Lamb bluff off.
Well, and speaking of bluffing, Mark Newhouse going out ninth, and I know we talked about it a little.
But he wasn't bluffing. He really wasn't. But
that's a semi-bluff. But
he knew he wasn't ahead.
Yeah. Well, that would be a bluff.
He wasn't bluffing.
He did have a hand. That is true. Yeah. I mean, we're still. I think a lot of people still in shock that Mark.
He was thinking he beat a lot of hands there. He Jason Somerville'd it, in my opinion.
Yeah. So.
And said, I can get him to fold these hands with this bet, and no, not in that position. In a $10 rebuy online, yeah, you can get him to fold in that position. I was really disappointed to hear that he hadn't played for 4 months.
That kind of surprised me too. That
I was very disappointed. You prepare for a $10 million moment. You study, you talk to your friends, you find the best of the best that'll sit down with you, and you go over situations that could have kept you from a moment like you just had. This is the second time you failed to do something that's horrible. But it's
well. I will say this in his potential defense on that. He's been there before. He knew what he went through the first time, and maybe his attitude on it was, you know what? Here's my plan. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to relax. I'm going to, not get super stressed out about this, and I'm just going to enjoy the time a little bit. It was a long summer, and I'm just going to, I know what's coming. So you know what? I'm just going to get in there. I'm just going to play, and let the chips fall where they may. I mean, that's a definite possibility.
It was lack of preparation. That's sad.
Okay. And, well, now, of course, the champ, Martin Jacobson, obviously.
Well-deserved young man.
Very much. The only guy at that table that got away with making the mistake. He was the only one that did. Everybody else, when they slipped up, eventually got buried. Jacobson was able to get through his downturn, come back.
6 big blinds.
Yep.
Comes back and crushes.
Wins the championship. Let's, just for fun, and I know, things can be so fleeting in poker, but give me a percentage. What % chance do you think that he has of being able to sustain that career for 20 to 30 years and have the longevity of, say, a Phil Hellmuth, of a Antonio Esfandiari?
100%.
And why do you say that, Nate?
Because he has charisma. I mean, he's glad to be who he is. He's not going to be a Dan Coleman type. He's going to go out. I mean, he went out and played blackjack and took $30,000 off him at Caesars and went and played some craps and stuff. I don't think he's going to turn into like a TJ Cloutier, like he's going to go blow all of his winnings gambling. I think he's going to have some fun, get his name out there.
Oh, I hope he does. And, of course, the panic, you have from a European champion is to do what we commonly call the Pius Hines fly over the ocean and hide. So, hopefully that I don't think that's going to be the case with this guy. I think he's got a lot of good friends here in North America too. I feel like Pius was a little more shut off. You didn't see the type of rail, for example, that Jacobson had. With Mark Radoja there and Jason Kuhn and some great players from all over the world, and especially from here. Being on his side, and I think Martin's going to be around for a long time. It's and the talent's obviously there too. There's not a lot of flash in the pan with this guy for sure.
For sure.
Yep. So, yeah.
He's already got $5 million in wins. This is his career. It's not a. Yeah. He's going to take this and do better than Helmuth, in my opinion.
Wow. So you're calling 15 bracelets for the guy?
Before it's over, unless he ends up dead in a river somewhere in a foreign country.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of dead in the river, the Eagles and Packers game just came on the screen, and Green Bay has busted out the very old school jerseys. Oh,
very
Jesus God! Jerseys. They're a navy blue with yellow numbers and some sort of big yellow circle with a number in it on the front. It's very mustardy. Wow, those are hideous. Packers deserve to lose this game just for breaking those out. Anyway, so bad. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Nate. I think we had a darn good show here, and we're gonna, of course, keep you updated on everything happening here at the Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open on shrpo.com. And Eric will move. I can see what's going on right now, even though he threatened to move my camera. Rat. 100, great photographer, by the way. He's been doing all the plaques. I wish, it's too bad that Luis's plaque isn't down here, because I'd love to show it to everybody. Maybe we'll get one for later on. But 162 players remaining here in the $500,000 guarantee opening event here at the Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open. By the way, you just got to see one of the best masseuses in the house running through the screen there. But once again, follow us at shrpo.com, on Twitter at shrpo, and hashtag shrpo. And, of course, you want to follow the show at Mark Hoke Show on Twitter, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. And, of course, we're doing these shows here on markhokeshow.com. And catch us on KLAV 1230 AM in Las Vegas and KLAV 1230 AM.com. We've got Chad Holloway coming up on Wednesday. And, of course, Nate's got the Grind and Grounds thing.
The Big Ass Poker Show.
And the Big Ass Poker
YouTube.
Show.
Go to YouTube. Check it out. Big Ass Poker Show.
Maybe it should be badass. Maybe we should turn to Big Ass Should Be Badass Poker.
Yeah. It's crossed my mind. I've got to run it by the team. There's 4 of us.
Start the fight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for. I'm sorry.
Just in quick 2 letters.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Well, thank you all for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and get on down here to the Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open. All these great events coming up, plus the $2 million guaranteed main event starting on November 28th. Yep, that's right. So come on down. We'll be happy to see you. Nate, thank you so much for sitting in. Do appreciate it.
Less than 2 minutes in your break for the big stuff.
My pleasure, Mark. Sorry, I hit mute on my mic too early.
That's all right.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man.
All right. We'll talk to everybody soon. So check us out once again. Updates here at shrpo.com. Have a great afternoon, everyone. We will see you on here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a good one.